Italy stands out for me as one of the biggest confusing countries because it's got an incredibly low birth rate, also very very religious, Catholic, and my belief around why, even though religiosity is high, they're not having children is that I think they really have lost a um, belief in the future. I think that personally, I think that one of the main reasons that people are having kids or aren't having kids, it's at the core not necessarily just Christianity or Islam, but it's whether or not there's a belief in the future. And one of the things about Italy is that it's been in a challenging economic situation for a long time. You look at one component, people live at home with their parents until they're much older, right into their 30s. That's going to make it harder to have children. That's one component of it. There's generally a negative outlook on whether or not the future is going to be better than current day. There's struggles related to just making ends meet. It's not, it's while people in like my experience being in Italy with a little kid is that it was incredibly friendly. Everybody was very like Italians are so warm and excited to have children around. But I think that the just the structure of society makes it harder to have children because people aren't making a lot of money. There's not a lot of belief in the future that it's going to be better, and people are living with their parents.
Yeah, you need a North Star in your life. You need some sort of thing that you're working towards. And I think, whatever people think about Trump, that's one of the reasons why he won. He's an inspirational person to some people. He has these big plans.
And the least
goals.
Inspirational person in the world to other people.
Absolutely. But at least you have this leader that in the US is saying all these things that he wants to accomplish. Whereas Italy they're kind of lost at sea. And I think one interesting thing about Italy is there's such rich history there, right? You go to Rome and you can, I remember going there and I think you can walk 18 miles and see like every single big, the Colosseum, totally. All these churches, and when you're in that society and you're with this rich history, it's almost like, well, what's next? What are we building towards? And there's not much of that in Italy. And a lot of that has to do with also the bureaucracy of Italy itself. The economy is very difficult to grow and have this ladder with rungs that are spread out just the right amount and climate. And you have people if you want to say a tech entrepreneur in Italy, you're coming in America and you're going to leave. So you have a lot of the bright talent leaving. And like you said too, you have this multi-generational living situation where kids are living with their parents until they're in their mid 30s. Like you're not going to be raising kids in the same house. Like it's going to be chaos.
It's probably not going to happen, especially because a lot of the structure is based around apartment living, right? A lot of people live in apartments in cities with their parents until they're in their mid 30s. And that's just going to slow everything down.